My name is Kelsey Parks. I'm 29 and I'm the technical manager at the cinemas for Milwaukee Film.
My name is Gini. I am 25 and I'm a projectionist here.
My name is Spencer Ty. I'm 24 years old and I'm one of the projectionists here at the Oriental and the Downer Theater operated by Milwaukee Film.
Well, I started working at the Oriental Theater as a member of floor staff when I was in college, and when Milwaukee Film took over operation of the Oriental Theater, they brought back film on film celluloid projection, which Landmark had removed in the 2000s. So when projectionists were reinstated as a role, I was interested in shadowing, and I shadowed some of the projectionists at the time and helped them with rewinds and stuff like that. And when a position on their team opened up, I applied. And then after being a projectionist for a few years, and with the acquisition of the Downer Theater, we expanded our team, so that's when my role became technical manager.
Usually we get here at 9 a.m. in the morning, and a lot of what we do is based on answering emails, spreadsheets, making sure all of our films are ready and raring to go, testing sound. But we also do special events, live accompaniment, stuff like that, so preparing for special shows, but it kind of varies day to day.
Yeah, I hope it makes an impact. I kind of fell into the role of projectionist. I had done AV work before in the past. I used to do sound for theater, and I did audio for movies and student films. That's what I went to UWM to pursue in the first place, was audio design. And so when I was working as a cinema associate just behind the concession stand, I found out there was an opportunity to maybe learn how the tech works at the Oriental, and so I jumped at that. And at first I thought it was just going to be digital projection, but as soon as I was brought up here, I was made very clearly aware that we were also going to be doing celluloid projection, which I had very little experience with outside of film school, and that really excited me. And so now that I'm in this role where we get to work with celluloid and digital projection and do the film festivals, it's really cool, and I hope it reaches out to the community because it's definitely something I love to pursue.
Well, I've done some contracts as a projectionist for other film festivals, so I have traveled out of state and worked for those festivals on a short-term basis, which I really enjoy and definitely adds to the experience that I have at my role here. I mean, in the future, I would definitely be open to relocating to work for a different company, but I'm not necessarily interested in working for quote-unquote bigger theater. I mean, I guess it just depends on what bigger means. I'm not interested in working for Landmark again or AMC or Marcus or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with them, but it's just the positions aren't even necessarily available, in terms of a Marcus. They might have one or two technicians that service an entire area. So as far as projectionist jobs that even exist, they're mostly in art house theaters around the country. So
I would say that there is always an innate level of anxiety that I have handling prints, which is probably a good thing, because if you were just throwing them around, it would be bad. So there's always a little bit of stress, but it is just you have to be very methodical with how you're handling it, and there is a certain amount of perfectionism that you have to practice. Definitely dotting your I's and crossing your T's. But I feel a lot more confident than I did, but let's say I was handling a print where it was the only copy and it had no digital backup, and if I broke it, it would cease to exist. Then I would be having a heart attack. So it does also just depend case by case.
We have a huge spreadsheet with all of our movies with information that's important to projecting. So just for example, we have what houses we're playing in. At the Oriental, we have 3 theaters, so we have Main, West, and East. We say when it's ingested, when we ingest the movie onto the projector. We label what aspect ratio it's in, what audio format it's in, if it's in 5.1 or 7.1. We label things like when the credits start, the total runtime, and if it's encrypted.
Definitely hope it's the case that when we show film on film, it brings out a slightly different audience, or is just even like enticing to our regular audience. I mean, with The Brutalist, we definitely saw like a big opening weekend, and some busy shows for that. So I couldn't necessarily say what exact factors motivate people to come out. I hope that film projection is one of them. I think so. I mean, I think that people like read articles, and even if they don't necessarily completely understand, that they're like intrigued by what it is to see film on film, since it's pretty uncommon nowadays.